Welcome, beautiful soul. It's time to remember who we are. You were born for this moment, this breath. Nature teaches us and reminds us that whatever it is that we are searching for, that whatever our hearts and souls are longing for, we must know our unlimited power and worth. It's all already within us. So thank you for saying yes to this moment. Thank you for saying yes to this journey. And most of all, thank you for saying yes to yourself. Welcome, beautiful soul. Welcome, beautiful soul. I am so grateful for your time, your space, your presence, your energy to be with us today. Thank you. We are going to be talking about love. Love in a time such as this. Love when there is heaviness around us, in us. Love when there's fighting and war and hunger. What does love say to all of this? What does love say when I don't have the words, when I don't have the energy, when I don't feel it, when I've had enough? What does love say? Before we go further, I invite you to do what we do when we start this session and time and gathering together. We close our eyes and we breathe. So if you are able to safely do this, I invite you to right now close your eyes and simply notice your own inhale and exhale. Feel that breath moving in and out of your nose. And perhaps you're able to deepen it just a bit as you put your attention on your own breath. This is our time to give thanks to ourselves for being here in this moment, thanking ourselves for being alive, and of course, grateful for breath of life moving through us, with us, connecting us to all of life. We are grateful. As we inhale, we intentionally receive all that nourishes us, all that replenishes us, all that is for us. And as we exhale, we see the nourishment moving through us, and we let go of any excess, anything that is no longer needed, that we have absorbed knowingly or unknowingly. We simply let it go, all that is unneeded. And we send it to a light of lights to be recycled to light, to be reminded that that is who we are, called in this season to continue to be light. And let's wrap up with our 5-5-5 breath. Really easy. We simply inhale together for 5. We hold that breath for 5. And then we exhale for 5 seconds. So let's go ahead and deeply take a nice deep breath. Inhale for 5. And hold it. And slowly let go. And before you open your eyes, put your attention in your heart center. Invite your own deep inner heart, inner soul, inner essence to come forth and to share and be with you as we talk about love, as we answer the question, what does love say? So when you're ready, come on back and open your eyes. Woo, every time I do that breath, can I tell you, it does take intention to come back because there's such a sweetness. And if you are feeling like, where's the sweetness? I feel antsy and it's challenging. Keep practicing with gentleness and no judgment, because there is that sweetness that's available to us. And sometimes all it takes is a little gentle practice. Yes. Yes to all that you are feeling and going through, whatever it is. What am I noticing? What am I feeling? If you are an empath, I'm sure you are feeling it too. Wow. There's so much happening. There is so much vitriol and tearing apart. And when we choose to be open to it, when we choose to notice, just as we did in that breath, there are moments of sweetness that are right there for us. And today I want to talk about, how do we go forward? How do we notice and respond and pay attention to, what does love say? Translation, what does my inner heart, my inner soul, my inner essence say when I don't have the energy to even get out of the bed? What does my inner heart, my inner soul say when I feel like I can't even take another day? What does my inner heart say when the heaviness, and there is plenty of it, seems to weigh me down? What does love say? It's a beautiful question, and I want us to keep this question in our bank. That means to let it absorb in us so that as needed, we can call upon even this question to take us to a place that goes beyond what our emotions and thoughts will say. Now, we've talked about this before, and I've said that when you look out at the sky, and if you're able to see the clouds, the metaphor is so perfect for us. That the same way the clouds come and appear and shift and move, that is the example and reminder for us that our emotions, our thoughts, and our experiences are not designed to be permanent. That's not where we place our anchor. Instead, we are the sky. And we let those emotions, those thoughts, those experiences move through us like clouds in the sky. Because you are the sky. And what does that mean? That means that everything that you need in any moment, in any circumstance, guess what? It's already within you. I often use the example that you don't need to go to Mount Kilimanjaro to find what you need. It's within you. And then I was talking with someone, and they were leading a course, and they talked about a journey that they literally took on Mount Kilimanjaro to work through a fear, to come back to presence. And it just made me chuckle, because I always say you don't need to go to Mount Kilimanjaro. to find what's in you. And this gentleman actually did go to Mount Kilimanjaro, and he did find and reconnect to this reservoir within us. What does love say? Now, we already know what our egos will say. Our egos will say, just forget about it. It's too much. Your ego wants to protect you. There's a part of you that says, stop trying. Be done with it. Give up. It's too hard. And I'm here to tell you that those are true feelings and thoughts. Feelings and thoughts are not the sky. They're not the truth. They're not who you are, the fullness of who you are. I'm here to remind you is you are more than you could ever imagine. And love says, keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Breathe. 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 Let the inhale and the exhale reconnect you to the essence of who you really are. Because love says that is your name. You are love. We are love. Now, we may not see that magnified around us in the collective, and still, like a candlelight in a dark cave, all it takes is a little flicker to bring an illumination. All it takes is you saying yes to breathing, to knowing that you're not alone. You are not alone. I dare say each and every one of us has felt like we can't go forward. Like the despair, the doubt, the fear that paralyzes us is too much, that it's impossible. That's what thought will say. It's impossible. And I expect thought to say that. Why? Because most thoughts are only capable of going backwards and trying to take the image of what was behind us and flip it and say, this is all that there is in front of us. That's what a thought will do. It will take information that's stored, bring it forward, and say, this is what's here. And that is so small, and it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the fullness of who you are, of the power that's within you, within us. And what does love say? Love says, breathe. And what else does it say? It says, I've got you. Love says, I've got you. That we're one. That there's no separation. You may think, and again, back to thought, that there's a separation between who we are. And love says there's no separation. You are love. We are love. I've got you. You're not alone. And whatever you are facing in this moment, love says, you're right where you're supposed to be. Whew, that's a big one. How can I be right where I'm supposed to be when it feels like turmoil? When it feels like it's too heavy and too much and I don't have an answer and I can't see clearly? Because we're called to move beyond what we know in the thought realm. That's why. Because when we're in this moment, there's an invitation that says, be right here. Be right here. You don't need to be next door, down the street, around the block, around the corner, 10 months ahead, 5 years ahead, an hour ahead, 10 minutes ahead. Be right here. You don't need to be in yesterday or last week or how it used to look or what someone used to say to you. Be right here. Love says, be right here in this moment. No. K-N-O-W. No. No. That your senses do not have the answer. We are multifaceted beings, and part of that means we have sensory connection. The senses are real. They're just not the whole story. They don't contain the whole story. And when you breathe and activate your parasympathetic system, something shifts in you and we're able to remember. Love says, remember. Remember that there is more than can ever be defined by the mind. There is more than can ever be described by your words and language. There is more than you have seen and can understand with your natural, logical, cerebral mind. Its ability to problem solve based on circumstance and based on the physical laws is so tiny in comparison to all that is available where? Within you. When? Now. Always. In this moment. Why? Because it's the beautiful mystery of who we are. And we haven't been told this enough. What if you always knew that in each moment you are supported and guided and loved, and that everything you need resides within you, and that there's no need to try to be anything other than who you already are, that you are the gift that we have been waiting for. We are all yearning to feel seen and known and heard and accepted. And it's the gift that, guess what? Love says, receive it. Receive it. Receive it because it's already been given to you. Who gave it to you? You are giving it to yourself in each moment. You are connected to an all that is supporting and guiding you and within you all at the same time. And this is way beyond what your natural mind could ever digest. That we are, hello, you've heard this, some of you, your spirit. You are essence, you are energy that can't always be quantified and measured and tangibly held. You exceed the vessel that you're so used to identifying yourself as. Your words, the vibration of your words go far beyond what you could ever fully understand. And yet we believe. Love says believe. Believe. What does believe mean? Believe means, guess what? Sometimes the evidence is not in front of me. Sometimes my eyes can't perceive the evidence. My ears can't hear the evidence. I can't taste it or touch it or smell it. And yet when we believe, something opens up within us. Something opens and stretches open and says yes to the more. The courage that's in you to go forward, to feel and know that, yes, as I'm feeling, I don't get to skip over the feelings. I just don't need to anchor to them because I am more than my feeling. I notice my thought. I see the random ones, the unhelpful ones, the distracting ones, and I let them go by. The ones that say, stop, don't, you can't, it's too much, it won't, never, impossible. We notice those thoughts. We know they come from a place of limitation and scarcity and fear and doubt. And when we believe, we step into the unknown. And as we step into the unknown, little by little, breath by breath, the light expands in us, an illumination in us. There's a part of us that says, oh my gosh, yes, there is more. Yes, I didn't think I would make it into this next moment, and I'm in it. I'm here. And that is a triumph and a victory and a celebration and a gift for us all. Because every time you say yes, it's a yes for us. Every time you go forward, you're going forward for us. We are all co-creating the most amazing story collectively, intertwined, uniquely, and universally. And that goes beyond any natural law. It just is. And so love says, pause, 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 and then listen. Because the encouragement, the word of assurance, the support that is waiting for you, that you are waiting for, is in you and has always been. It's already and always and now. And the more we trust and believe and breathe and say yes, the more we grow and expand, the more we are grounded so that when storms come, our roots remain. The more we see the interconnection and we let go of the tendency to only think about me and myself and mine, which are all lies based again on scarcity. We see the all in a way that doesn't overwhelm us, but in a way that we can celebrate the little moments of kindness. Love says, smile. Even when you're crying, smile. Because your smile is a doorway that's not just for more expansion within you, but for all of us. Because your smile is a lantern to someone else who may not even be directly looking at you. You're sending the signal. It's like that big, huge light tower that guides the ships in on the stormy night. Your smile is guiding yourself through the storm, and it may also be guiding, and often is, for sure, someone else. Whether you know it or not, whether they see you or not, your smile sends the signal. It's the beacon, whether they can physically see it or not, that says yes. We are connected and we are going through. Love says just that, through. Years ago, I remember a beautiful woman. She said that was one of the most powerful words in her life. And as she began to expound on it and say how the word through has helped her, I felt it. I grabbed a hold of that message. It germinated in me. And when I need it, I call upon it and I say, Michanda, it may be dark. It may be cloudy. It may be heavy. You may be on the ground. You may have crumbled. You may be in pieces. And still, you are going through. And going through is different than skipping over, going under, going around. It's literally you are going through. We are going through this collective season together. And we go through it in a way where none of us comes through the same. We have a choice how we're going to come through. That's the beautiful gift. Love says you get to decide. Every day there is a canvas and you hold a brush and you get to decide what colors are going to go on your canvas. Are you coloring with some hope, a little bit of peace, some joy, some patience, some gentleness, some wonder, some curiosity, some trust, some gratitude? Love says that when we tap into gratitude, we can't count all the dimensions that open for us. Complaining and gratitude can't occupy the same space. Guess who's going to have the most say there? It's going to be gratitude. When you say yes to gratitude, everything else that is less than falls by the wayside. And it's up to you to decide to pick those things back up again if you want to, because we have choice. So if you want to pick up some more complaining, if you want to pick up some rehearsing in your mind how you want to retaliate, how you want revenge, how you want to tell someone off, how you want to give them a dose of what they gave you, how you want to just describe over and over and over all the things that have been done to you? Or are you going to hold some space and realize that even in this moment, there's so much to be grateful for, and so much because you're grateful, because you are gratitude, there's an abundance that opens up that allows you to help share and give to someone else who would greatly say yes and thank you to the bit of hope that you have, the bit of peace, the smile that you're sending, even if you're sitting in a room by yourself. We get it so twisted. We let ourselves be so limited by looking only in the physical with natural eyes, conditioned to trust only what our senses can see, so small and limited. And yet here's an opportunity for us to listen, to perceive, to slow it down and say, what is my inner heart saying in this moment? What is my inner soul, my inner spirit, my inner essence? It doesn't matter the semantics. What is it saying to me in this moment? I promise you, you've tapped in when you hear a flicker of hope, of encouragement that says, yes, it looks insurmountable and impossible, hopeless. and still keep breathing. I've got you. You're never alone. It's okay. You're enough. Whatever it is you're dreaming for, believe. Because every dream takes us on a journey. And the journey always leads us to a place that's bigger than the dream. Love says, keep going. Because what's bigger than the dream? The discovery that everything I ever searched for, longed for, am yearning for is not only in me, it's who I am. That's a mouthful right there. Whatever you've already been searching for, longing for, yearning for, not only is it within you, it's who you are. We're coming home to who we are. Love says that is your name, love. Patience, gentleness, kindness. I've been teaching a class and I wrapped it up recently. And almost everyone in the class is at least a decade or a few decades older than me. The majority. And we are talking about our stories and how every story is based on a story that was given to us, that we received, and an opportunity that we have to tell what we want to tell now. How do we tell it? It's how you breathe. You don't have to tell it with your words. It's how you live. It's with the knowing that I'm enough. I don't need to be anything else. It's with the knowing that no matter what's going on, there's a little bit of space for me to tap into gratitude, even if the gratitude is, I'm grateful I'm alive, I'm breathing. Start there. These beautiful people, every time we gathered together, shared so generously of their stories. And we were so reminded that while everybody's story was so unique, no one had lived the same exact details or circumstances. So this uniqueness was so exciting to make space to receive. And it also connected us because everyone's story came from their heart, which is where your truth is, and which ties us all together in a way that makes no sense that we all could get it. It's like when you sit in a dark theater or you're sitting at home on your couch and you watch the film, you're there, you're in it. When we live our stories, when we live our life, when you say yes to being in this moment, and then maybe you want to add to it that I know I'm here to be light in such a time as this. We don't need more darkness. We don't need more hopelessness. We need people to say, I'm still going to be kind. Even when someone was not kind to me, because you don't know what someone's going through. I'm going to slow it down and pause my instinct, the old instinct, to match and give you only what you could give me. And I'm going to rise and transcend to the place that lets me know I'm here to be light. Love says, rise above, be light, share, give, trust, believe, know, help, serve, listen to the still quiet voice in you so you can listen to the souls of those around you. Look for the dignity within each person. That's the miracle. And when you see it, acknowledge it. Rejoice over it, because I see it in you and I rejoice in you. The dignity of who you are, the uniqueness of who you are, the gift of who you are. You are love. You are light. You are enough. Thank you for being with us this day and for sharing space and listening. Thank you for being who you are, beautiful soul. Thank you, beautiful soul, for remembering who we are and for making time and space to be with us today. As you go forward on your journey to the known and unknown places, continue to listen to your inner heart and honor your soul, because your answers are always within you. Please consider supporting us in spreading more light and love with this message by simply liking the video below, subscribing, and consider sharing as well. Most of all, take gentle care and breathe. We see you. We thank you, beautiful soul.